might be working with that. Yeah.
Hey, John Boy.
Might be working with that. Yeah.
I'm just watching tonight.
Ah.
Hi, John.
I'm listening. Oh, it sounds like Michelle.
Yeah, it's me.
How could you tell?
I don't know. I've
Can
got
you
a,
tell?
I've got a sixth sense.
It's me, Michelle.
I think I hear John's voice, but I could be wrong. I have been before many times.
It's so nice and low.
Well, anyway,
You've never been wrong, Neil. I know you thought you were wrong once, but you were mistaken.
Ah, there we go. That's
oh my goodness. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to this very special night in tribute to yet another community member that we've lost. And for those of you who aren't familiar with our very dear friend Eric the Snake Gullison, we lost him not that long ago. And if I put up the picture what I'm about to do, again, I will.
Did he freeze?
He did freeze, yes.
Oh, right.
What's
All
that?
right. You froze for a moment.
froze. You
You were
froze.
frozen there, Neil.
I am having computer problems, everybody. I don't know why. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so yeah. So I want to introduce you all to Stephen Martin, who was Snake's partner for many, many years. And I want to just read you a little bit about Stephen Martin. Number one, Stephen Martin and Kathy Donlan, his dear wife, are very, very special to probably most of us in this room because we all know them. We all used to go to Catbird when they had live Catbird, but that is no longer, much like ourselves, our virtual ROM. So right now, let me say a few words about my dear friend. Stephen Martin started out as a folk singer in the hard-nosed mid-60s Worcester folk scene. He was a member of the Boston Sound Centerpiece Orpheus, who recorded 15 of his original compositions, one of them, Congress Alley, which I absolutely love. Been covered by 5 other artists. A total of 21 of his songs have been released on major labels and another 30 on independent labels. In 1973, Stephen relocated to San Francisco, where he played several popular groups, and he worked as a music therapist. When the state had mental health funds, he began a 25-year career in market research, becoming a president of the Northern California Market Research Association. Returning to the New England area in 1987, he continued writing, performing, and recording upon retiring from market research in 2001. He worked as a newspaper reporter for 5 years before devoting the rest of his life to a nonprofit efforts as special projects coordinator at the New England Wildlife Center, which most of us are very familiar with. Stephen recruited, trained, and oversaw a volunteer force of over 30, many of whom were variously challenged. He co-founded Native American group Lakota Kids in 2004, and boy, I'm still a member of that because of Stephen. Wildlife Center at Catbird Cafe Coffee House in 2006, so a little bit older than us here at ROM. Musicians for the Greater Good, which we're all part of, many of us are part of here. All 3 organizations are alive and well today. For the past 15 years, he has produced 6 CDs. These days, he and his wife Kathy are trying to get published a collection of his short stories and sci-fi novella. And I don't want to say anything more. We're going to hear some music and some words, special words, only Stephen Martin would know. Let's hear from Stephen Martin, everybody.
Yay, Steve! Woo!
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. It falls upon me. I'm going to give you Snake's biography shortly. And Kerry, thanks for tuning in. Try to do this.
Tell everyone who Carrie is.
Kerry's Snake's daughter. John Eric Gullickson was born May 4th, 1942 in Jersey City. He raised in Worcester, Mass. He earned a bachelor and dual master's degrees in electrical engineering at Worcester Polytechnic Institute, Worcester Tech. He also earned an MBA from neighboring Clark University. Eric's first and last love was music. At 14 years old, he convinced his father to take him to see Chuck Berry in concert. And once Eric saw Chuck play and do his duck walk across the stage, he was hooked. From that moment on, he knew he wanted to perform. He worked with a few folk groups back then, as well as a popular surf band, the Blue Echoes. He wrote and recorded The Man, which was a tribute to JFK, and it was rediscovered years later and placed in the movie The Moonwalkers. In 1967, the folk group The Villagers, which was Bruce Arnold and Jack McInnes, wanted to join the rock scene. So they asked Eric to join the band, and Orpheus was born, and Eric became the Snake. Signing with MGM, their first single, Can't Find the Time, reached number 80 on the Billboard Hot 100. Orpheus eventually recorded 4 albums and 6 singles and opened for Led Zeppelin, Cream, Janis Joplin, Blood, Sweat and Tears, and The Who. In 1970, now married with a baby girl, Eric changed direction and shifted his career toward engineering. He enjoyed a distinguished and rewarding career with Kohler Manufacturing, a Marlboro maker of mining equipment. And during his 29-year tenure there, he spent years traveling to over 40 countries and to all continents except Antarctica. He was Vice President of Product Development and Engineering, Vice President of Marketing, and closed out his career as Director of Mining Sales. Eric holds 17 patents in this field. In 2004, Snake and I reunited with former Orpheus alums Harry Sandler and Jack McInnes, performing as Orpheus Reborn, until 2007, when Snake and I continued performing as Stephen and the Snake. That's our album. And he also ran the soundboard and performed at the Catbird Cafe at the New England Wildlife Center for many years. He lived his final years doing what he loved, telling stories, singing, driving 600 miles a week to venues across New England, or sitting with his computer and participating in an open mic Zoom performance. Eric was a mentor and a friend, and he will leave his mark as a great storyteller who loved to lose himself in the song. Snake died in the company of his daughters on Sunday, June 4th, 2023, from the effects of COPD. He was 81 years old. He leaves his daughters, Kirsten Fitzgerald and Kerry Preston, his grandchildren, Connor and Owen Fitzgerald and Daniel and Elise Preston, his brother David, and many nieces and nephews. Expressions of sympathy may be made to the Music Museum of New England, which is run by Harry Sandler, and that is MMONEMM1.org. So that's Snake. Okay. Thank you. I'm having throat problems, as usual, tonight. Snake never really wrote, except for The Man, never really wrote songs by himself. He collaborated with Bruce Arnold on 2 songs and with me on 2 songs. And I intend to play those 2 songs right now. When house is swept away. Roll me in your love. And when that trumpet blows and we have reached the end of days, roll me in your love. Soft and gentle like the wind used to be, and you make everything alright, alright. Well, when this earth is shaking and we've done all that we can do, roll me in your love. When the sun has gone away and the darkness never ends, roll me in your love. And when the sea is blazing and the end has come again, roll me in your love. Soft and gentle like the wind used to be, you make everything alright. If this old world is dying and you and me, we're so sick and tired of trying, oh no, 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 roll me in your love. Two old fogies playing on the porch, rocking easy all day long, all day. Well, now they're both long gone, but their chairs keep rocking on and on. Rock me in your love. Please sing along with me at home there. A la da la da da da, la da la da da da, la da la da da da, la da la da da da. Roll me in your love. Da da, come on, la da da da, la da da da, la da da da. Roll me in your love. One more time. La da da da, la da da da, la da da. Whoa, 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 whoa. Roll me in your love. Thank you.
Yeah. And
It must that hasn't been recorded on any of our albums. Say what? Say what?
That was awesome, my friend.
You're
That's
awesome,
great.
dude. Yeah, we never recorded that, it turns out, but on an album. But Karen Sauer crafted a fantastic video that can be seen and heard on my Facebook, on my YouTube page.
All right.
Look, paper.
Okay.
I'm okay. And this is another song that we wrote, and it's eponymously on my latest album, Heat Lightning. And it goes like this. Hold on 1 second, or maybe 10. Cannot keep this thing in tune. I have never seen the sky this color orange in my life. The afternoon is dying, there is no wind. Heavy velvet silence cuts into my soul like a rusty knife. Everything is dying, something must begin. Heat lightning flashing on the wall. Heat lightning, rain refused to fall. Nothing ever happened. No one ever came or went away. Sitting at the window, so all alone. Though the dogs are barking, oh, I can hear a child cry. Who is she watching with? She still hasn't shown. Heat lightning flashing on the wall. Heat lightning, rain refused to fall. And now the wind rings the wind chimes, tugs the curtains, rustles the sheets. Now my tears hit the railing. My eyes are burning, watching the heat lightning flashing on the wall. Heat lightning, rain refused to fall.
Oh yeah.
So much. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Wonderful song.
Thank you so much, my friend.
I miss the guy,
that-
you know, we were so close. I just so miss him so much.
Right. So many of us do, Stephen. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
I just want to let you know that I did contact this summer.
What?
This summer, so
You're breaking up.
You're
Yeah,
breaking
now
up.
we're not hearing you very well, Neil. You're
All right. Hello.
Hello?
yeah,
Hi.
so it's going to take.
Yeah, I'm going to take over for Neil. He's having some problems with his computer, so he asked me to introduce people. So I'm going to do the best I can, and if Neil wants to come back and take over, that's fine with me. But for now, I'm going to just introduce people. Okay? So I want to thank you, Stephen. That was really wonderful. I could feel Snake in what you were singing. I got all those. I have all of the Orpheus CDs that I bought for $25, a whole stack of them a few years back, and I listened to them in my car.
God
So I
bless
just want
you.
to tell you, I got that whole lightning thing, and it was really beautiful, and it really brought me to just when I was a kid listening to those albums. So thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank
Can't
you.
he do another song?
So you gonna do another one?
Can't
No,
he?
I'm just going to do two. I think that was the agreement.
Well,
Oh,
that was
you-
really
you-
great.
You'll get over it, Michelle.
I'll never get over it. Never. Never.
All right. So we have a good crew here who can highlight other people. I don't think I have that ability, but next up, there you are. Hi, Ann.
Hi.
I'm
how
Bo,
are you?
and you are Ann Sandstrom, and you're going to play a song for us, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Stephen,
welcome.
that was wonderful. Thank you
Yes.
so much for that.
Thank you.
I remember one evening at the Colonial Inn, I had the pleasure of introducing Eric, and I remember saying that Eric never just sang a song, he caressed it. He very much appreciated my saying that, but it was true. He treated every song as an absolute treasure. And so I thought I would do this. My sister and I were huge Orpheus fans when we were kids. And we loved this song. They held me with hands that had to cling and cling to my life.
Great job.
Thank you so much.
It's a single off the third album.
And beautiful.
That was great. Thank you so much. And now we have Joan up next. There you are.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I really was just planning to listen, but I'm so moved. And this morning I was driving along, and I never had the honor of meeting Snake in person, but I always felt transformed when I heard him sing, and even through Zoom, and it was just so I just felt like my cells had been rearranged, and I just loved his presence. And I feel heartbroken knowing even when Neil wrote, and I just was like, I don't want to know what this is about. I don't want to know that he's gone because he's so beautiful. But I have a short song that I heard a Willie Nelson song that really sort of spoke to me of Snake this morning, and I have a poem that I've recited before, but listening to Steve and everyone who was so close to him, I feel like I should read the poem real quick. So I'm gonna have the poem in the song. So it's called "I Know You Are Near." When the moon eclipses and I see a shooting star, when I quite suddenly hear from a dear someone afar, when someone smiles at me, at the moment I feel I could cry, when I stand alone at some place we shared and ask, why? I know you are near. When my heart is aching and the world is quaking and all around me seems to be breaking, you understand. You take my hand and guide me to see it's not about time or space. No one could ever take your place or know how to comfort me so, no matter what life throws at me. And they don't need to. I know you are near. When I gladly walk the sands and rocks and talk to friends and share amazing thoughts and feel the ease of being free, not worrying about what comes next, just being me. I'm glad you are near, so you can see the sun break through, and I do all of what life wants me to do and share it with you. I know you are near. Give us your tired and weak, and we will make them strong. Bring us your foreign songs, and we will sing along. Leave us your broken dreams, we'll give them time to mend. There's still a lot of love living in Snake's promised land. Living in Snake's promised land. Our dreams are made of steel. The prayer of every human is to know how his freedom feels. There is a winding road crossing the shifting sands, and room for everyone living in Snake's promised land. Snake has a magic smile, electric from within. We grew 1,000 miles from songs that he would spin. When he's not by our side, we know just what to do. Stand tall with eyes to stars, feeling his vibing through. Living in Snake's promised land, our dreams are made of steel. The prayer of every human is to know how his freedom feels. There is a winding road crossing the shifting sands, and room for everyone living in Snake's promised land. We love you.
That was great. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Well, next we have directly from Hawaii, I guess, right? Gaia. And she's got
Aloha, everybody. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha,
Neil,
Gaia.
Neil, thank you for bringing all of us together here. I appreciate it. I have, I know everybody on Zoom, including That's How I Knew Snake. He was my Zoom music brother. And then first I lost him. And after him, shortly, I lost Grover. So hopefully we'll do something like this for Grover too. So I knew Snake the way I know all of you. And we shared this one song that we both loved a lot. So I'll sing it for you now. Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. Then that child moved 10 times round the seasons. He skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make up his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round. The painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in our circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet just to slow the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round. The painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel, we call it time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in this circle game. So the years spin by, and now that boy, he turned 20. Though his dreams, they lost a lot of grandeur coming true. There'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams, and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they'll go round and round, the painted ponies up and down. We're captive on this carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round and go round and round and round in this circle game. Love you, Snake.
All right, Gaia.
Gaia, that was wonderful.
That was so good. Thank you very much. Well, next up, I can't believe it. I get to introduce Michelle Abadia. Day is made.
Oh, Michelle. Oh, Michelle.
Oh, hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, fantabulous people. So I did have a chance to perform with Snake at one of Art Grossman's outside concert showcases, concerts, presentations last summer. I never got to really greet him, unfortunately, because things were kind of chaotic. But it's nice to know that I got to perform with him in the same setting, in the same spot. Other than that, I knew him via Zoom, and I just loved his velvety voice. And the renditions of some of the songs he did were just, they were his, they were so unique. And I liked that about him. And the stories, like he always had a story behind each song, so it was kind of nice to hear that. So this is my bilingual version of I Believe. Every time I hear a new word, baby cry. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe that for everyone that goes astray, someone will come to show the way. Creo que en cada gota de lluvia que al caer brota una flor. Creo que hay una luz que en noches de ansiedad ve el pecador. Pienso que por cada ser que se nos va, otro vendrá y aliviará el dolor con su amor. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer may still be heard. And I believe that someone in that great somewhere hears every word. Tengo fe que por sobre el vendaval la oración se ha de escuchar. Tengo fe que el alborador del más allá ha de llegar. Cada vez que nace una criatura más,
beautiful.
Amazing.
Michelle, we love you.
It was beautiful.
Tim, Michelle.
Sorry about the phone.
Hey, you handled it very well.
That was one of the most fantastic saves I've ever seen.
Good. Good to know.
It wasn't bad.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you so much.
You
And now we're going
didn't miss a
to.
beat, and I would have missed 5 or 10 of them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Now we have coming up. There he is, Charlie Ortolani. How are you, man?
Hey, Charlie.
Good to see you, Charlie.
Okay. Yes, I'm okay. I'm having a bad hair day. What can I say?
I like it.
Got hair.
Don't even talk to me about a bad hair
I was
day.
going to say there's some hair envy going on here, but that's okay. So, obviously, Snake was quite the character on our scene for a while. You never knew if he was going to pick out just a standard pop song from 1970 or some deep cut from the 40s. It was like he was the least predictable person to listen to in terms of thinking about what he was going to sing about. But I first saw Orpheus back in 1968. They were playing in Revere, Massachusetts, where I lived, at Paul Revere Stadium on the back of a flatbed truck. It was probably the crappiest sound system I've ever heard in my entire life. And still, they were great. When I got the first album, it made me wish that the album had been there without all the strings and stuff, just because the way they played it acoustically, it was just wonderful. And so I thought I would go back and try to learn something off that first album, something that hopefully had the number of words that was in my capacity to remember somewhat in a short time. That took me to learn this. But I think I got it. Yeah. Snake will be missed. Also, I always had so much sympathy for Snake's cars. I would not want to have been one of Snake's cars at all. Some of us look old. Snake's cars must have looked dreadful, considering how much abuse he put them through. But anyway, now let's see if I get this okay. Hey, the sun is shining, look, the sun is shining, no sun is shining. That's not the first one. Look. What's the first line, Steve?
Hey, the sun is shining. You got that right.
You did? I thought it was different. Oh, yeah, sorry. Kids are be playing in the second one. Okay.
That's the second one, yeah.
Okay. So try it again. Forget I did for that first file. Hey, the sun is shining, look, the sun is shining, knows how to shine down on Congress Alley. What a fine day for the sun to be shining on Congress Alley. Hey, 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 what a trippy day. But what you say, I'm gonna have to play on Congress Alley. The kids are playing, the kids are playing, out and play on Congress Alley. What a fine day for the kids to be playing on Congress Alley. Wow, 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 hey, what a groovy day. What you say, I'm gonna and play on Congress Alley. But do you really think it would be alright if the winter silent sun was bright? Do our thing and dance and sing without the neighbors getting too uptight. Hey, let's go play. The kids are playing, know how to play out on Congress Alley. What a fine day, the snow will be falling on Congress Alley. Hey, hey, now, hey, what a trippy day. No matter what you say, I must stay on Congress Alley. Oh, hey, what a groovy day. No matter what you say, I'm gonna stay on Congress Alley. I'm gonna play on corner sand. Telly.
Yeah, thank you for that. Great job.
Charlie, great.
I always do some creative songwriting when I don't actually know the words. I put out there what I think the words are, and then it's like, you know, I mean, that was my favorite song on the album. I didn't know, obviously, until later, Snake, meeting you, that.
Now, is Melissa gonna play a song for us tonight?
Not tonight. I'm sorry, but.
Okay, and would you like to do a song in her place there?
No, I mean, everybody else gets one song. I'm fine.
Okay, just making sure. I'm taking, helping Neil out here, so that's his question.
How is she, Charlie?
Well, she's we were close to being able to go to Sam, but not close enough.
Oh,
so
it breaks my heart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's for all of us trying to sort of keep track of like when will you be good enough without like these kind of relapses that make it difficult to sort of plan ahead too much.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for asking about her. And I want to know you asked. So
send her.
Give my best.
Everybody sends her best, and hope she gets on the. Maybe August. You can make August, right?
Yeah, maybe that's it's too cold for us though. I mean, the CW is supposed to be like in July when it's like 95 and like humid, and you have to spend half the day in your car, just to not die.
All right.
Anyway,
thank you so
much.
much.
Thanks.
Okay, and next up we have a man from who's inside a guitar as he sings, Tom Maynard.
Thanks, thanks, Bo.
Go, Tom. Go, Tom.
Yeah, there are no words. There really are no words. It seemed like Snake and I, for a while, were in a Gordon Lightfoot frame of mind. I think I did a Gordon tune, and then the next week he was like, "Oh, that helped me get a handle on that song. So now I'm going to do my own version." Of course, he always did his own versions, and I would never try to play like Snake. But this is another Gordon song that I've heard him play absolutely stunningly. I'm going to do my best. This is called "The Last Time I Saw Her Face." Last time I saw her face, her eyes were bathed with starlight and her hair hung long. The last time she spoke to me, her lips were like the scented flowers inside a rain-drenched forest. But that was so long ago that I can scarcely feel the way I felt before. And if time could heal the wounds, I would tear the threads away, that I might bleed some more. Last time I walked with her, her laughter was the steeple bells that ring to greet the morning sun, a voice that called to everyone to love the ground we walked upon. Those were the days. Last time I held her hand, her touch was autumn, spring and summer and winter too. Last time I let go of her, she walked away into the night. I lost her in the misty streets. 1,000 months, 1,000 years, when other lips will kiss her eyes, 1,000,000 miles beyond the moon. That's where she is. That was so long ago that I can scarcely feel the way I felt before. And if time could heal the wounds, I would tear the threads away, that I might bleed some more. The last time she kissed my cheeks, her lips were like the wilted leaves upon the autumn-covered hills, resting on the frozen ground. The seeds of love lie cold and still beneath the battered marking stone. It lies forgotten.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, Tom.
Still not monkey stone.
Thank you so much.
All right. Great song. Thank you. And now, up next is Chris Morgan. How are you, Chris?
I'm good, thanks. I was having trouble with my computer earlier, but can you hear me?
Yes.
You are heard.
Good. Can you hear the guitar?
Do you have original sound turned on?
No, it's off. No. I'm just a bad boy. Okay, great. I was. It took me about a half an hour to get it working again, so we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to play yesterday. Well, actually, I'm playing tonight, but I'm playing yesterday tonight. So, which I just love. And
Nice.
Look fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Bravo!
Nicely done.
Bravo!
Tab.
Yes.
Tabulous.
Excellent. You can take my slot tonight too, okay? That was great. That was really
That was
great.
gorgeous.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Wow. Next up, we have Frank Albani.
Hey, everybody.
There you are.
Yeah.
Frank. Long time no see.
Yeah, I don't know if my computer is up to this, but we'll see what happens. A lot of the video has been freezing, but hopefully the audio will come in if the video freezes. Chris is a tough act to follow. I'll do my best.
Oh, please don't stop.
I have a couple of snake stories to tell before I sing a song. Like many of us here tonight, I got to know Snake through the Catbird. And I'd come up and play some songs, and eventually Snake and Steven, would jam with me, and I'd jam with them. And Steven and Snake asked me to join the band with our good friend Dave Hansen playing bass. They had two bass players in this band. So we'd go over to Stephen and Kathy's house in Hull, and for a couple years there before COVID, we were going pretty good almost every week. And, we recorded some stuff and had a lot of fun. Inevitably, we'd be drinking some beers and imbibing in some cannabis. And some funny things would happen. Well, one night, I may have been imbibing before I even got there, because Stephen and Kathy live on the third floor, but from the back, all the units kind of look the same. So I went up to the second floor and let myself in the apartment that I thought was theirs. And I get up and tell a story, when I finally get into Stephen and Kathy's apartment, and Snake turns to me, "I did the same thing a year ago." So that's one good story. I think, we have these highlights in our memories, these things that stand out. And I remember getting really pissed at Snake sometimes at the Catbird, because he'd get my sound set up at the beginning, before I started the song. And halfway through the song, he'd change it all around. I couldn't hear my guitar. Everything was screwed up. It was like steam coming out of my ears. But, that was Snake. We got over it. I remember one time Stephen and Snake and myself and Dave were invited to the WATD radio show, Twilight Showcase, and Sandy Stride, whose show it is, asked Snake, what is it that you guys have lasted together 50 years? And Snake was not shy. He comes right out and says, "Well, it's a lot of good music and a lot of good grass," right on the radio. And that was Snake. And one more last little tidbit. Whenever another great musician passed away recently, Burt Bacharach. And at the time we were jamming at Stephen and Kathy's, I was sitting down trying to work out a song that he wrote for Dionne Warwick, "Walk On By," a huge hit for Dionne Warwick. And Snake and I started talking about Burt Bacharach's writing, and Snake said to me, he's a genius. He never does what you expect him to. And for some reason that just stuck with me, you know. But I'll remember Snake primarily as a walking encyclopedia of musical knowledge for the 20th century. The guy was amazing. The recall and the accuracy of his historical catalog of music and songwriters and players, it was absolutely astounding. Very talented guy. And I'm sorry he's gone. I want to play a song that I wrote about a year and a half ago for a very good friend of mine that I knew for about 35 years. He lives right next door during the summer. His name was Lincoln Barber. And many of you have heard this, but Lincoln and I used to build houses together and hang out. And, wonderful guy. And he passed away 2 Februaries ago. So this song is called Hey Link. Well, it's colder than freezing, and there's snow on the ground. I strum my guitar, but I don't hear the sound, 'cause I'm lost in my memories. Yeah, I'm so far away. A good friend of mine left this world yesterday. I can still hear you laughing. I can picture your smile. I thought with spring coming on that I'd see you in a while. I was thinking about fishing, maybe cutting some wood, maybe fixing the roof, if you thought that we should. Hey Link, didn't we have some fun drinking beer when the work was done? You were strong, you were stubborn, you could think for yourself, spoke your mind when the others put their voice on a shelf. An old school neighbor, you helped me out when you could. You never pulled any punches, but you were a man of your word. Hey Link, didn't we have some fun drinking beer when the work was done? We'd look out at the ocean from the bluff by the stair. You were there when the lightning brought me death and despair. But when the good times were rolling, then we'd all sing along. When the cold wind came blowing, you helped me weather that storm. Hey Link, didn't we have some fun drinking beer when the work was done? We'd be talking about farming and football and tools and TV. You were proud of your kids, you were good company. Now I'm shocked and I'm shattered. despondent and pissed. I'm just beginning to realize how much you'll be missed. Now it's colder than freezing, and there's snow on the ground. I strum my guitar, but I don't hear the sound.
Great song. Great song.
Really
Wonderful
great.
song. Yeah.
Wow, thanks.
Tribute.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, guys.
Next up, we got John Lawrence. There you are. Hey, John.
Well, I didn't know Snake as well as some folks here, but I've known him for about 10 years, I guess, and we used to see each other pretty regularly, probably at about half a dozen open mics that we both went to, which is about like maybe 2% of the open mics that Snake went to. But Frank had it absolutely right that it was Snake's encyclopedic knowledge of music that was just as great as the songs that he sang. You would go and listen to Snake for a while, and you'd come away learning something important about music and also hearing something great. And Charlie had it right too, that you never knew what Snake was going to do. It was always a decent guess that he'd do some, really old standard or blues number or something from the 30s or the 40s. But he did. He often threw in a pop song that you never would have seen coming. And he did that one night at Loma, at Rich Albert's open mic. I didn't know what I was really expecting, but what we got was Donovan's "Wear Your Love Like Heaven." I thought, wow, and it was Snakeified. It was not the way Donovan did it at all, for sure. It was the way Snake did it, and it was really good. So I'm gonna do a Donovan song. I never heard Snake do this one, but I always thought this would have been a really good one for him. It's called Sunny Goodge Street. On the Firefly platform on Sunny Goodge Street, the violent hash smoker shook a chocolate machine, involved in an eating scene, smashing into neon streets in their stoneness, smearing the eye of the crazy colored goddess, listening to sounds of Mingus, mellow, fantastic. My, they sigh. My, they sigh. In dollhouse rooms with colored lights swinging, strange music boxes sadly tinkling, drinking the sun, shining all around you. My, they sigh. My, they sigh. My, they sigh. My, they sigh. The magician, he sparkles in satin and velvet. You gaze at his splendor with eyes you've not used yet. Tell you his name is love, love, love. My, they sigh. My, they sigh.
Ah, lovely.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Snake did play that song a few times.
Did he?
Yep.
I'm glad to hear it. I wish I had heard it.
Did a few other Donovan songs too, right?
He played everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I remember like he did a couple really nice Donovan songs, at the open mics. Thank you so much, John. Good job. Right. Now we have someone who's going to play piano for us tonight, right?
Yes.
All right, Karen Sauer, take it away.
Okay, thank you. When we're talking about loss, I can't not mention who left us in February. But this is about Snake tonight. And when Snake sang Summertime by George Gershwin, he always pointed out that it was a lullaby. And I will never sing that song, but I found a piano version online, not a lullaby. And it's only attributed to the pianos of Chawton. So that's all I've found out so far. Anyway, this is Summertime. And I'm sorry if it's too loud.
Oh my!
My goodness!
Wow. Awesome.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Excellent.
Wow.
Wow.
So
All
wonderful.
right. Was there like a key you didn't hit there? That was fantastic. That was really
Yeah,
good.
it was.
Thank
It was
you.
just great.
Brilliant.
So I have a quick shout out here to Nico, who is watching us on YouTube from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Let's hear it for Nico.
All right, Nico.
All right. All right. Next up, we have our favorite guy. You gonna play harmonica tonight?
Yes, and here it is.
Okay, nice. I like it.
Very
All right,
large.
Mel Gluskin. Here he is.
Thank you.
Go, Mel.
So, one thing I remember about Snake is he did a song that I meant to look up and check out that I don't think he wrote, but it was so funny. It was called Ménage à Moi. Does anybody remember that one? And it was.
Yeah, he did not write that, but a friend of his did. I'm trying to remember his name. Get back
I
now.
plan to do that tonight.
Oh, good, good. I love to hear it again. So I have a little bit of sad news also. Do you remember our friend Dennis Roach, who was here singing with me not too long ago? He passed away about 3 weeks ago, unexpectedly. It was a bit of a shock. And
So sorry
he
to
sang,
hear that.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, and he was supposed to have lunch with one of our band members that we were in band with, and my friend called me. He says, "Have you heard from Dennis?" And I said, "Not in a while," and we couldn't get in touch, so we called the Boston police, and they found him unconscious at home, and he passed away the next day. So we don't even know how long he was alone. It's very, very sad, but we're putting together a little memorial for him. That's got
That's
some
so
clips
sad,
from,
Mel.
Yeah. So we're going to use the clips that we have from Rom where he was singing, and you could really see a close-up of his face. So anyway,
Okay.
it was a good soul. Anyway, I've been going through some of the traumas of my high school childhood and writing them down. I figure by getting them out, I can reduce the post-traumatic effects of this. I'm going to read you a little quick story. I assume everybody knows the term circumnavigate, but it turns out some people that I thought would know it didn't. Usually it's used in the sentence, Fernando Magellan was the very first explorer to circumnavigate the globe. So now you know that word. So here's the story. 1966, my sophomore year in high school, I received back a paper. I got a B+, but a teacher said in front of the class, "Mel, I would have given you a better grade except for what I underlined in red in the first line. Do you see what I'm talking about?" And I scanned the paper, and I said, "No, I don't see what you're talking about." And he said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this." He said, "Well, why don't you come up in front of the class and read it to the whole class?" I said, "Sure, happy to." So I got up in front of the class and I read the following. Fernando Magellan was the very first explorer to circumcise the globe. So there was about 1 second of pregnant silence, and then the entire class, I can only describe it as hysterical pandemonium. And my reaction is, what? What's wrong with that? I don't get it. He said, "Well, why don't you read it again?" I said, "Okay." So I read, Fernando was the very first explorer to oops, never mind. And I walked back to my seat with my tail between my legs. And so now I break out in a cold sweat whenever I see that despicable name, Magellan.
That's hilarious. By the way, Mel, that song is on Virtually Indestructible by Stephen and the Snake, and it was written by Russell Mason.
Very good. Yeah. I don't know if you can post it, but I'll check it out later. I want to hear it again. It was so funny.
I'll send you a copy if you want to give me your snail mail address.
Sure. I'll post it in the chat. So anyway, Tina Turner died a month or so ago, and I always think of how she did Proud Mary, which I think is so iconic. But this is my version, my interpretation of the Creedence version. And when I first heard Creedence, I said, "Those guys really suck. They only know like 3 chords, and they keep playing the same rhythm over and over." But after a while, I decided they did not suck. So anyway, this is my interpretation. the city, working for the man every night and day. But I never lost a minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been. Keep on turning, proud Mary, keep on burning, rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Cleaned a lot of plates down in Memphis, pumped a lot of pain out in New Orleans. But I never lost 1 minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might end. Baby, you'll keep on turning, proud girl, keep on burning, rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. People on the river, how happy live. Big wheels keep on turning, proud Mary keep on burning, rolling, rolling, rolling on the river, rolling, rolling, rolling on the river.
All right, you rock.
Yeah. Go, Mel.
That really was awesome.
Thank you. I decided they actually could play good songs, even though they only know 3 or 4 chords.
It's a great version. By the way, let me just say, Neil, that this offer is good for anyone. If you want to send us your snail mail address, we will send you a copy of Virtually Indestructible. It's a million seller. We got a million of them in the cellar.
Wait. All right. Well,
And let's we need to pay attention now to Bo Wiener, who has been hosting so well tonight. We're going to give him a big hand.
All right, go Bo.
I was going to introduce Allison Fields, but she didn't make it. And then I was going to introduce Junko, but she couldn't get her computer to work. So somehow I skipped 2 people, and now I'm ready to play. Here we go. So, I never was really close to Snake. I didn't stop and talk to him. He wasn't like a friend I would see, but go up to, and he was so good. Every time he would play, he was so into what he was playing. He played everything perfectly, and he made you listen to the music. So all these little nuances in all the songs that he played, and I was kind of like a little bit in awe of the guy because he played everything just so, like, I don't remember anyone talking or clapping or leaving their microphone on when he was playing. He just was like someone you needed to listen to. And I, for one, am really going to miss the guy, even in my own, outside world watching in. So I'm going to miss the guy, and it really is a big loss. So, Stephen, I feel for you, really. But so I tried to do this song tonight. Usually I play my own songs and we laugh about them and have a good time. But tonight I'm going to do a cover that I thought like Snake would have done. I don't know if he ever did it, but I really like this song, and you have to play it really slow, and you got to watch what I'm doing. So I'll try to like move up a little higher. Here we go. Here it goes. It goes like this. Hang on one second. I'm back. Come a little closer. Hear what I have to say. Just like children, sleeping the night away. I guess you're not gonna see me tonight. But there's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the light. We know where the music's playing. Let's go out and feel the night. Because I'm still in love with you. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest night. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I loved you with all my heart. But now it's getting late. The moon is climbing high. I want to celebrate. See that shining in your eye. Because I'm still in love with you. I want to see you dance. nervous night.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
I'm back.
Oh, the nerve, everyone.
You're back.
Now we can see him.
You haven't changed a bit.
That's it. I'm back. Well, thank you very much, Bo. It's been a pleasure. Okay. And now,
And now we're gonna bring up Junko because she's fixed her problems. So.
Oh, okay. I love that.
Cool.
Okay. Here's Junko. Oh, boy.
Hey, Junko.
You'll need to come off mute.
Hello. I'm suddenly here. And there was one time Snake came to me and said, I like your songs, especially Kim Jennings, that's the name of the song. And he wanted to learn this song, and he came to my house, and and here he was in my kitchen with the bass, and I'm just appalled. And he ended up learning 6-7 songs of mine, and it's surreal. And I didn't sign up for this, but I'm here, so I'm gonna try to do the song that Kim Jennings. It's been a long time that I played this song, but he said because the song has very East and West music together. I didn't know that's what it was, but so it's called Kim Jennings.時が過ぎるのが辛すぎるのは恋の終わりが近いからかしら思い出色の虹が見えるのは季節が変わるからじゃありませんどうして私をそのまま受け止めてくれないの涙だけの秋になりそうだ雨だけ懐かしいのはあなたと二人の夏がないからあなたと二 の明日が見えない Thank you.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Oh, gorgeous.
What's cushy?
Really lovely.
Thank you. All right.
Lovely.
Next up, we have Branson Bofat.
Hi, everybody.
There you are.
Hey, Branson.
So, three things for me about Snake. First, you couldn't out-travel him to an open mic. Back in the day, I used to go far and wide, and I would see him as, Snake, what are you doing here? I guess his Central Mass home was very central to open mics throughout the Eastern Seaboard, because, man, he rolled on them.
Hate to see his gas bill.
I know it. The other thing, I always tried to come up with a song that might be older than one that he would play. Pretty hard to do. I have some country blues repertoire that does go back, so I could try it. But, having been born in the 40s, he certainly was exposed to a lot more music than I was. And I forgot who mentioned it earlier, but yes, he was a walking musical encyclopedia. But the big thing about Snake for me was, I'd go over to the Catbird, and when he played guitar, he had that black Ibanez hollow body with the Bigsby-style whammy bar. And, I'd
Called
go
it
over there.
Black Beauty.
Yes. Man, I'd go over and look at that thing and say, I got to get something like that. Because actually, for me, growing up in the 60s, before Hendrix and Bloomfield and Clapton changed rock guitar, an electric guitar was something like this, really. So I've always had a fond spot in my heart for those. And, I just drool over Snakes. I'm more inclined to do... Oh, yes. But that wasn't Snake's thing. Snake style was certainly inimitable, but I'm going to try to give you a little bit of Snake flavor tonight.
Hey, Branson, can you bring your guitar volume up just a little bit?
I could. Oh, you don't know what you're asking for. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So this song goes back to 1955, written by Cindy Walker and Eddie Arnold. Though Ray Charles had the biggest hit in 1960, done by a multitude of artists after that, including Elvis in the 1967 movie Clambake, Bruce Arnold liked the song too. He sang it in the shower whenever he would take one. The name of the song is You Don't Know Me. You give your hand to me, and you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone can tell. You think you know me well, but you don't know me. No, you don't know the one who dreams of you at night and longs to kiss your lips and longs to hold you tight. To you, I'm just a friend. That's all I've ever been. You don't know me. For I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. I'm afraid and shy, I lost my chance go by, the chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside that lucky guy. You'll never know the one who loves you so, 'cause you don't know me.
That was beautiful, Bill.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very snake-esque. And even the introduction.
Awesome.
Great job. Next we have Val Fowler. Hey, Val.
Howdy. Let's see.
on.
Unmute myself. I did that. I never met Snake. I never heard him until I first came to Catbird several weeks ago. But as I've thought many times when I have heard about and heard stories about people that I never met, or in some cases never heard of, I guess I can say, unlike probably everyone here, I wish I had known him. So I searched all over my repertoire for what I could offer tonight, and it's caused me to work on a song that I knew and had played a time or two, but not very well, and working on it in the hope that what I offer might just touch a chord, no pun intended, and be appropriate to Snake. There are many ways of being in this circle we call life. The wise ones seek an answer, burn their candles in the night. Is a jewel just a pebble that found a way to shine? Is a whole hero's blood more righteous than a hobo's sip of wine? Did I speak to you one morning on some distant world away? Did you save me from an arrow? Did you lay me in my grave? Were we brothers on a journey? Did you teach me how to run? Were we broken by the waters? Did I lie you in the sun? I dreamed you were a prophet in the meadow. I dreamed I was a mountain in the wind. I dream you knelt and touched me with a flower. I awoke with this, a flower in my hand. I know that love is seeing all the infinite in one, the community of creatures, who the Father, who the Son, the vision of your goodness will sustain me through the cold. Take my hand now to remember, when you find yourself alone, you're never alone. For the Spirit fills the darkness of the heavens. It lives, fills the endless yearning of the soul. It lives within a star too far for dreaming. It lives within the part and in the whole. It's the fire and the winds that fly us home. Fly us home. Fly us home.
So beautiful, Val.
Yeah, beautiful, Val.
Lovely.
That was left on the table by a friend of John Denver's after they'd spent most of the night talking. It was a poem that he wrote after their conversation. And Joe Henry was his name, and John Denver picked it up, put music to it, and it's The Wings That Fly Us Home.
You did such a beautiful job on
Very
it.
nice. Beautiful.
Wonderful, Val.
All right. Next up we have
Really moving, Val.
Diane Battistello.
Hi.
How
Good
are
to
you,
see-
Diane?
I'm very good. It's good to
All
see
right.
everybody here tonight. I'm going to do the song Castle in the Sky. I've been doing it at a lot of open mics for the past couple of weeks. And last week, Susan and I were in an open mic we'd never been to before in Milford. And I just said, did you all know Snake? And everybody went, yes! So it was really fun. So we miss him. I learned so much by him, and it was always a thrill to listen to him. Here we go. When the good Lord calls me, I'll go, I'll go. When the good Lord calls for me, I'll go. Lift me up, I have no wings, I cannot fly. Lift me up to your castle in the sky. My bags are packed, I'm ready, and I'm waiting on the road, and the nights are long, so long. Tell me you'll soon be coming, and I will not lose my faith. I'll listen for your sweet, sweet song. When the good Lord calls me, I'll go, I'll go. When the good Lord calls for me, I'll go. Lift me up, I have no wings, I cannot fly. Lift me up to your castle in the sky. I've been walking down this road for so long now, and the nights are dark, so dark. Shine your light upon me, Lord, so I do not get lost, searching for a home in your heart. When the good Lord calls me, I'll go, I'll go. When the good Lord calls for me, I'll go. Lift me up, I have no wings, I cannot fly. Lift me up to your castle in the sky. My clothes are worn and tattered now, and I'm weary from the road. The nights are cold, so very cold. Your radiance would warm me, wrap me in your golden glow, soothe my tired soul. When the good Lord calls me, I'll go, I'll go. When the good Lord calls for me, I'll go. Lift me up, I have no wings, I cannot fly. Lift me up to your castle in the sky. Lift me up, I have no wings, I cannot fly. Lift me up to your castle in the sky.
Really, really.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. And now we have Jan Luby. There you are.
Hi.
Welcome.
Diane, that was gorgeous. This has been such a great night. I didn't want to be like chatting with everybody, telling them how wonderful they are, but it's just been a wonderful night. It's been so good to hear everybody. I ran into Snake everywhere. And up in Rindge, New Hampshire, and Worcester, and Providence, and where, we were at the same open mics everywhere. And, if he were still in his Earth suit, he would be here right now. So he's definitely missed. I was at a memorial for TJ Peavy. I don't know if any of you know him. He was a Worcester musician, quite the character, very well loved. And there was a huge memorial for him Saturday night at the night before Eric passed away. There was this memorial, and I'd been in touch through. I think it was through Messenger with Snake, about his going to rehab and his stay in the hospital, and so I'm standing there and I'm thinking during the memorial for TJ that I should send Eric another message tomorrow, and then saw the posting, but he was everywhere and he was so supportive of other musicians. You never see him talking to somebody while somebody was playing. He really listened to everybody. He was really a gentleman, and very, very generous. Was always plugging other people's gigs on Facebook. I'm going to Jan Libby's feature at the Mediator, and he was always doing that for everybody. He was just very, very sweet and very generous, and I miss him. So one night at an open mic in Cranston, he did this Russ Mason song, and I laughed so hard I cried. And I went up to him afterwards and I said, I think I need to learn that song. And he said, oh yeah, okay, well, he asked for my address, so I gave him my address, and I get in the mail 3 pages typed with the chords, not just the chords to the song, but the chords typed across all. I think he did this because he knows that I'm like musically stupid, but all the chords over all the words through the whole song, and then alternate chords for some of the more difficult ones to play. So it was almost like he tailored it for me, or it felt that way anyway. And I hope I don't butcher it because it's such a wonderful song. My boyfriend just walked out on me. It's over now, it's plain to see. Now I'm alone. I guess I'll go home. See, already blowing it. But of all the lovers that I have had, he wasn't the best, so I'm not too sad. And I think honestly, the best I ever had was me. Tonight I'll drink some champagne, have a small quiche Lorraine, soft music and a little candlelight. Oh yes, I'll have a ménage à moi tonight. I'll take a hot bath and I'll quietly laugh at the way I used to be so bourgeois. Oh yes, I'll have a ménage à moi ce soir. Well, there's no need for any other when you discover you're the lover you have long anticipated. And it's really not so weird to say to that face in the mirror, my God, I find you so stimulating. Now there's no need to fake it or hear, did you make it? Knowing everything's gonna turn out just fine. Oh yes, I'll have a ménage à moi tonight. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh yes, I'll have a ménage à moi tonight. Now there's no need for any other when you discover you're the lover you have long anticipated. And it's really not so weird to say to that face in the mirror, where is it? I find you so stimulating. Now there's no need to fake it or hear, did you make it? Knowing everything's gonna turn out just right. Oh yes, I'll have a ménage à moi tonight. Turn out the light, my darling. Oh yes, I'll have a ménage à moi. Oh yes, I'll have a ménage à moi. I do believe I'm gonna have a ménage à moi tonight.
Great
Oh,
job.
yeah.
Great
Yeah.
job,
Sorry about
wonderful
that.
song.
You nailed it.
Oh yeah.
C'est magnifique.
Oui. And by the way, if you don't have the CD that Snake did that song on, you can get it on Spotify or Pandora or any of the online at just look for Virtually Indestructible by Stephen and the Snake, and all the songs are there.
All right. Well, thank you.
Or,
for-
you can just send us your snail mail address and we'll send you one for free.
Wow. All right. That was great.
That was.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome,
No,
man. that made
That's
me
how
feel
we all
good.
feel tonight, actually. There you go.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. Thank you, Susan. Thanks, Susan.
How am I going to follow that? Oh my gosh, it was great to hear that song again because I've never heard anybody else do that besides Snake, and she did a pretty good job.
Well,
Sure did.
Let's
It
hear
really
it for
brought
Susan
back.
Lee Anderson.
Oh,
Right
thank
here.
you. I definitely miss his presence. I mean, most of the time I see him on Facebook. I don't think I've seen him in the 3D since before COVID, perhaps. Other than some virtual open mics, I've seen him. But everywhere I have been, everyone knows who he is and misses him, and what a great guy. For me, he was rather fatherly. He's the same age as my dad, and he kind of reminds me of him in many, many ways.
And so had this quiet respect, you know, and I think that he was always so supportive of my music and just want to encourage me to get it out there. And every now and then I'd see him playing over there in Catford, and he's playing bass alongside and, you know, quietly just, you know, enjoying the vibe and whatever. So this song, I'm just going to do one, a new one, and I just want to get it out there. And I'm thinking about Snake though, you know. So, and a great appreciation that I have for many of the songs that I never knew. I've never heard them, and then he would tell me about them, and I was learning something in that moment. But he just commanded some respect, and everybody was listening and paying attention, and you walked away with a greater appreciation of music for him. Definitely, he's missed. This one is a new one called "How Long," and it's going to be up on Reverb. I think it's already there. Yes, Karen said so. I just wrote it this year, and anyway, I'll just play it for you. Thanks. You wonder, I wait. Who is stronger? Who will break? How long has it been this way? No one with the pull of the tide. All these feelings inside. How long can we ride this way? One step forward, two behind. Where there's rhythm, there must be rhyme. How long can we hold on this time? No one's right, no one's wrong. It's part of the song, the one we've been playing so long. Now I'm here all alone, down on my knees, praying you come home. You wonder, I wait. Who is stronger? Who will break? Thank you. Great. Great new song. Yeah.
That's wonderful, Susan.
Oh, excellent.
Nice job. Next up, we have Ronnie Stoltzberg.
Woohoo!
Where are you?
Woohoo! There she is.
I thought Marianne McAllister
No, you're here
was
somewhere.
next. I'm here, but I thought Marianne McAllister was next.
But I thought.
Oh, you're right. Marianne McAllister
Oh.
is next.
We don't want to skip Marianne. Wow.
Hopefully not.
Mary Ann McAllister is playing at the Rosin open mic.
There you are. Marianne, I'm so sorry I skipped right over you. I don't know how that ever happened. I'm a rookie. What can I say,
You'll get me sooner or later. I get it.
I'll come earlier next week. Okay.
Oh, gosh. Snake was unfathomable. You just didn't know what you were going to get, whether you got the menage a trois or a song that I hate, Goody Goody, and yet he came up with his own explosive ending to it this last Valentine's Day that I won't go into it, but oh, good old Snake. He took me under his wing, so when I got to visit a bunch, I came up for some concerts in Massachusetts last October. I'm from Maryland. Took me under his wing, got me to some other open mics, and just had the best time getting to spend time with him. Between the open mics, we went to Diane's and had this great lunch, and then just song circle and playing. And then Diane got some people together again for Christmas, and it was, I think, one of the best Christmases I have. It's in the top 5 of all time for me. It was such a wonderful time. The song I'd like to play is a point of pride for me because I played it and Snake said, "Where'd you get the intro to that?" I didn't know there was the intro to Don't Fence Me In. And so we got to talk about, whether it's hobble or hovel at the end. And there's a G diminished in there, Snake plays that I don't know where. And I mean, golly gee, Don't Fence Me In. If there isn't a song to epitomize Snake, and don't try and get that man in. He was, whether it was virtual open mics or playing, he was not fenced in. So here we go. Wildcat Kelly, looking mighty pale, was standing by the sheriff's side. And when the sheriff said, "I'm sending you to jail," Wildcat raised his head and cried, "Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in, let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in, let me be by myself in the evening breeze and listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in, just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences and gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. I can't stand hovels and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Wildcat Kelly, back again in town, was standing by his sweetheart's side. And when his sweetheart said, "Come on, let's settle down," Wildcat raised his head and cried, "Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in, let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in, let me be by myself in the evening breeze and listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in, just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences and gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. I can't stand ovals and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Don't fence me in.
Yeehaw!
Oh, good.
Wow. I didn't even know him 2 years. I am so sorry for you guys that knew him even longer because, oh, I'm sorry.
He was something to know, and he was blessed to know you too.
Oh, I was so lucky. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Marianne. I promise not to skip you next time. If there is a next time. Anyway, next we have someone I already introduced you to. So here she is again, Ronnie Stolzberg.
Oh, that's me.
Hey.
Ronnie.
Hi. All right, so I was scouring my song list trying to see if I had anything I could connect to a snake story, and I had absolutely nothing that I could come up with, but I settled on this one, which I'm pretty sure he would have liked, and I can almost imagine him singing it. So maybe he did, I don't know.
He had white horses and ladies by the score, all dressed in satin and waiting by the door. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. White lace and feathers, they made up his bed. A gold-covered mattress on which he was laid. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. He went to fight wars for his country and his king, of his honor and his glory. The people would sing. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. A bullet had found him. His blood ran as he cried. Nobody could save him, so he laid down and he died. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man.
Oh, nice.
Great song.
So lucky to have known him.
Beautiful job, Ronnie. It's beautiful.
Oh, Ronnie, you're great.
Great.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, next up, we have David Jackson, right? You there, Dave? There you are. Good to see you, man.
Hey, David.
Hi, David.
Hi, David.
He's trying to unmute.
You're mutated.
You're muted, Dave.
You're still muted, David.
Looking good, though.
You're still on mute. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
I think he's getting technical help.
Yes, I need that.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
No, not Brenda.
Are we sure Brenda's
Not Brenda.
Thank you.
Oh.
There you go. Hi,
right.
guys.
That's Colette O'Connor.
It's okay. I've been looking.
Oh, it is?
Gosh, Colette.
Wow. Hey, Colette. Let's see you.
I went over to Colette's house to get some Zoom.
He needed Wi-Fi, and I have Wi-Fi.
All right. Good to see you.
Good, good. Nice to be seen.
And thank you, Neil, for letting me know, and Steve and Kath and everybody. It's been really a pleasure. And what I can say about Snake, I met him at the Catbird, and he became real good friends with Colette O'Connor here. Once we got talking about music, and he brought so many records here and left them at Colette's house so that I can have and somehow get my knowledge, because he was a mentor to us all, just like Steve and Kath and Neil, and I thank you for that. I figured that my contribution would be a traveling song, since he traveled so much. It's written by Bobby Troup, who was married to Julie London, who did Cry Me a River, and this is called 66. Something like that. If you ever plan to motor west, take the highway, you know that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it winds from Chicago to LA, more than 10,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it goes from St. Louis, driving to Missouri. Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty, you see. Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Boston, San Bernardino. Won't you get hip to that snake trip when you make that California trip? Get your kicks on Route 66. 66. 66.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Woo! Back.
David Jackson, you're the man.
Great.
Thank you.
Smile for the
Wow. All right, David.
Thank you for including my hometown, Amarillo.
All right, thank you. Thanks,
All
Susan.
right, now we have Storm. You there, Storm?
Here he is. Hey,
Here's the
Storm.
man. Okay.
Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you. Wow, what a wonderful presentation and memorial this has been. I'm a little shook because I just got off to pull up my song and found out that somebody who I know as a Zoom singer on a Zoom from the Midwest just died. So it keeps on happening. Um, and I've searched really hard for the right word to describe my relationship with Snake. As some of you know, words are really important to me. And comrade isn't quite it, but it's as close as anything in certain ways. We were definitely more than acquaintances. We were circuit riders on Zoom together. We shared some of the same political attitudes, and he came into my life at a time right after I had lost another dear Zoom person who was really a friend, who was so similar to Snake that they could have been soul brothers. He was another blues player. He also, every time he did a song, he would tell you the history of it. I mean, there were just so many so many um, similarities. It was amazing. And I asked Snake if he knew him. His name was Johnny Harper. Snake said he'd never met him, which is interesting because Snake did live in San Francisco. No, it was Stephen who lived in San Francisco. I don't know if Stephen knew Johnny Harper or not, but he was a blues person out of San Francisco. And I think I remember Snake doing Don't It Make You Blue Eyes Brown when I was thinking of songs, but at the time that he died, right around the same time, 3 other people I knew died, and maybe it was one of them with my autistic brain. Um, so I wasn't sure of that, and I thought about doing a deep dive into YouTubes to try to find something to make sure, but then I thought of this song, which is, I think, definitely sums up Snake and Snake's effect to us. It's by Saikon, who I am privileged enough to say that I have had some encounters and friendship with in the physical. And here we go. Let me touch you with my heart. Let me touch you with my song. Let me ease the aching pain you've carried for so long. Let us now join together and continue on as one. It's time we faced the future and did what must be done. Old fighter, you sure took it on the chin. Where'd you ever get the strength to stand? Never giving up or giving in. You know, I just want to shake your hand because people like you help people like me go on. People like you help people like me go on. Go on. People like you help people like me go on. Go on. Go on. Old batter with a scar for every town. Thought you were no better than the rest. You wore your colors every way but down. All you ever gave us was your best. But you know that. People like you help people like me go on. People like you help people like me go on. Go on. Go on. Old dreamer with a world in every thought. Where'd you get the vision to keep on? you sure gave back as good as what you got. I hope that when my time is almost gone, they'll say that people like me helped people like you go on, go on. People like me helped people like you go on, go on, go on. Because people like you help people like me go on, go on. People like you help people like me go on, go on, go on. Because people like you help people like me go on, go on. People like you help people like me go on.
So powerful.
Yep.
Storm, that was perfect.
Thank you, Storm.
Great job. All right. Next we have Ron Israel. Hey, Ron.
Woo!
Hey, it's
Hey, Ron.
Hi, Ron.
I think you have to unmute.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, you
But I don't know. Can you hear my guitar?
we can hear it.
Guitar, yeah.
Oh,
Just
I got.
let's make sure that you've got the original sound on.
I got my device set up. I think maybe it'll work.
Excellent.
Okay, so a couple of reflections on Snake. First of all, I think Storm alluded to the fact that he had many different, I imagine, hidden sides to him, but one of them was a political side. He was definitely in the anti-Trump camp and was really distraught about the way our politics have gone over the past several years, although he wasn't really vocal about that. He wasn't a part of MGG, but occasionally he would utter some disparaging things, and he, I'm honored to say, did a rendition of my Homeless in America song, which was quite beautiful. The other thing I will always remember about him is that he had a really good ear for sound and for music. And me, I'm more of a songwriter and less of a guitar player. But every time I would try to play a song in his presence, he would either correct me and say, you know, your B note is a little flat, please get it together, or he would like glower in the corner as I played through a song with a couple of notes off key. But that was good for me. That was good for me. That was constructive criticism. First it's your turn, then comes my turn, then someone else gets to play. We try hard, get by, survive one more day. This precious life, what's it for? Think you know, there's so much more. First there's winter, then comes springtime, then summer, and then fall. Anyone who passes through here gets to go through them all. It's quite a trip you get to make. So many roads a life can take. Ever wonder who's in charge? Who's the one runs the show? Some say Jesus, some say Allah, some say Yahweh, some say whoa. So many tales, are they all true? One for me, one for you. So first it's your turn, then comes my turn, then someone else gets to play. Oh, we try hard, get by, survive one more day. This precious life, what's it for? Think you know, there's so much more, so much more, so much more, so much more, so much more.
Indeed. Yeah.
So good. So good.
I love that. Some say
Beautiful.
whoa.
Some say, whoa.
What a night we've had here. What a tribute, and a lot of meaningful things. I also want to say that the people on YouTube who are watching this, I want to thank you all for joining in and watching the show. You guys are as big a part of the show as the people playing and trying to entertain you. So it's a symbiotic kind of relationship, and we love doing this. And I want to just thank you for coming to ROM and keeping this going. So thanks everybody for being here tonight. And this has been a special night. Also, we have a special guest who's going to close out the night for us. It was going to be Neil, but he's passed the baton to Stephen Martin. So, Steve Martin, you started us off in a grand fashion, and I want you to take us out, in a big way.
All right. Yeah, it's just that the way I look at it, the snake has been released from this wicked world.
Okay.
He was a man and a friend always. We bummed around in the hard old days. He never cared, I had no goal. We rambled around through rain and snow. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. In Tulsa town, we chanced to stay. thought we'd find some work one day. The boss said he had room for one. Said my old pal, no thanks, we'd rather bum. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Late one night in a jungle camp, the weather, it was cold and damp. He got the chills and he got a hat. They took the only friend I had. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. My rambling pal, he's dead and gone. He left me here to sing this song. If when we die, we go somewhere, I bet you, darling, he's rambling there. Everybody sing. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy.
Very nice, Steve.
Thank you.
I don't know how you did that.
God bless you
Wow.
all. God bless you.
Nice one, Steve.
Stephen, that
Thank you.
We love you, my friend.
And thanks everybody for being here. And
night, everybody.
sharing our grief. And in this celebration. And as the Lakota say, the Mitakoyevoyas, we are all related. And Wakanta Kadishiyun. May the Great Spirit walk with you.
Ho.